afternoon and welcome to the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. I am Frama Panye. Beginning with the Eid al-Fitr celebration, the 30 days of intense worship, day and night, as well as renewed covenant with Allah in the month of Ramadan, the Mushid of Abuja National Mosque, Professor Shehu Said Galadanchi says, should be upheld in everyday life as the ideal situation. This forms the thrust of the Eid al-Fitr sermon when he led Muslim congregants to two supplicatory prayer at the National Eid Ground, Abuja. Abdullahi Ajia has the details.
Amidst watertight security, Muslims, including the FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello, converged on the National Eid Ground, Abuja, for the two Nafilat prayer that marks the end of the Ramadan fast, ushering in the new month of Shawwal. In his Eid al-Fitr sermon, the Murshid of the Abuja National Mosque, Professor Shehu Said Galadanchi, while reminding all of the significance of the celebration, implores worshippers to sustain what he calls institutional training of Ramadan that taught generosity, obedience and sincerity of purpose.
They are trained to be truthful. They are trained to be trustful. They are trained to be honest. And they are trained to be able to face any problem. Now we thank Almighty Allah that we as Muslims have been trained in all these.
The cleric enjoins Muslims and Nigerians to be patriotic and support leaders and country with prayers. He commended efforts of government and security agencies in the fight against insecurity.
We have to thank the government for what they are doing in order to face the challenges which we are facing in this country. So we pray that Almighty Allah will assist us.
Ramadan represents a watershed in the life of a Muslim. During the last 30 days, we have prayed, we have fasted, we have solicited to Allah to provide all our needs for us. So the most important thing now is going forward is for us to practicalize all what we learned during the last 1 month. And as Muslims and other Nigerians, we should continue to pray for this country, for its unity, for its security, for its economic prosperity.
The sermon also draws attention of the Ummah to always bank their hopes in Allah for solutions in whatever circumstances. Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
Messages of obedience to Allah through sustenance of the lessons learned in the month of long spiritual endeavor, love for one another, charity and peace resonated across different Eid prayer grounds in the territory. Onot Yaku brings us sights and sounds of various sermons. Imam Abdul Ganiyu of the Federation of Muslim Women Association of Nigeria, Form 1, while congratulating the Ummah for witnessing the Eid, likened the celebration to a graduation ceremony from School of Spiritual Reverberation with a charge on humanity to embody the lessons learned in their mundane lives.
Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stated it categorically in the glorious Quran what He wanted us to achieve in the month of Ramadan, and the reason why He asked us to fast in the month of Ramadan, He says, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. He wants us to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you know, it's very, very deep. If you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you will serve as a responsible person.
For Imams Yahya Garba Al-Yolawi of Nurul Yaqeen and Musa Muhammad Buhari of Saitek Umbora, Ramadan signifies an opportunity to rededicate faith to Allah and seek His divine intervention to address the challenges that threatens humanity's security. Special calls were also made to leadership to practice justice in their discharge of duties. Worshippers summed their experience from the Ramadan and Eid celebration. Royalty embedded the Salah celebration was at full display with the Sape Garki Usman Nga Kupi with color and glamour. President Muhammadu Buhari has sent his best wishes to Muslims in Nigeria and across the world celebrating the occasion, the end of Ramadan fast. The president encouraged Nigerians that the battle waged against terrorists who falsely masquerade under the name of Islam is approaching its conclusion. He says with the designation of bandit groups as terrorists, the challenges of insecurity are being tackled across the country. A statement signed by the Senior Special Assistant on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, indicates that the administration is equally getting impressive reports of the special operations to curb illegal oil bunkering. While wishing the Muslim faithful a peaceful Eid al-Fitr celebration, he has directed increased coordination and cooperation among security agencies. And still on the celebration, FCT Minister Muhammad Musa Bello has felicitated with residents of the territory, especially the Muslim faithful, on the celebration of Eid al-Fitr, signaling the end of the Ramadan fast. He equally congratulated the leadership of the members of the Nigeria Labour Congress, the Trade Union Congress, and other employees. The minister paid tribute to the pioneer staff of the FCT administration who braved the odds and made tremendous sacrifice to lay the foundation, while equally urging today's employees to show the same zeal and imbibe a similar sense of duty. He assured residents that the Abuja Light Rail will soon resume operations, having been suspended due to COVID-19 pandemic. And as Muslims celebrate Eid al-Fitr, they have been enjoined to continue to uphold the lessons of Ramadan. Imam Area 10 Jumat Mosque Yahya Garba Al-Yulawi gave the charge in a studio interview with Tessie Omeri.
Talking about the Ramadan fasting, so much has been said about it. So many scholars have given different beautiful perspectives. And they say it's also an act of sacrifice and more. Can you share with us your own perspective this evening?
Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. First of all, we would like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the life given and the fasting we have been observing. It is an opportunity for each and every one of us to witness the Ramadan fast. And Alhamdulillah, we have been fasting. And now we are talking about the lesson learned. You see, Ramadan fast is like a school, like a course. We are going for a course training. Every Muslim, every believer is expected to know that and acknowledge and seize the opportunity anywhere he found himself, most especially when he is conscious of what he is doing in Ramadan throughout day and night.
Indeed, a period of spiritual rejuvenation, like we would say. How do you advise Muslim Ummah to sustain this beyond the Ramadan period?
Very important. I think it's the best question you need to ask. Why? Because our youth, sometimes immediately on Eid, Salah Day, they will just go and dissolve everything, destroy all what they have acquired in terms of increase in piety, increase of blessings and iman. It is devil because they used to change devil during Ramadan period. But now after the Ramadan, the devils will come back, and I urge the youth and even those their fathers, they need to know that among the sign and symptoms that your actions or your act of worship has been accepted is to continue with the good ones. And part of the things that will tell us that it has been rejected or it has been avoided or nullified to continue to go back to your immoralities, to your criminalities, to your stealing and doing bad things and sins. The timetable, Ramadan, a very silent point there, he told us, we have learned the act of maintaining time, plan, effective use of time. There is time for this, there is time for that. That one, when we use it, even that one only can change our life.
We thank you so much. Finally, your final thoughts with us this moment before we conclude this segment of the news.
Yes, I would like to say we thank Allah and we urge everyone to keep the lessons learned during Ramadan fast.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
Still, as Muslims celebrate the Eid al-Fitr, the Imam Buhari Islamic Foundation distributed food and other essential items to the less privileged along Jabi axis in the FCT. Onoti Yakubu brings us the highlights.
To climax the 1-month intensive devotion to acts of worship to the Almighty Allah by Muslims comes the Eid al-Fitr. Part of the injunctions and practice to make the day is to marry as a community to strengthen bond of brotherhood. This singular spiritual creed informed the initiative by the Buhari Islamic Foundation.
We actually target some few hours to the fast and the end of the fast, so that we'll be on the same page with the downtrodden and less privileged. On the day of Eid, when people are doing Salah celebration, they should also have something upon they can smile. Their children can also feel among their sense of togetherness.
The kind of situation we are in, a whole lot of people are struggling with the means of life, and so this is, just one of our own way to say how do we contribute.
An initiative to promote a sense of togetherness under one ummah. Parts of the items are sourced through cheerful donations from well-to-do members of the communities willing to give in charity to the less privileged. And for the thoughtful and benevolent gesture, the beneficiaries were full of appreciation and prayers to the foundation and the donors.
The people want them to give us. May God continue to help them to the give. We want we know get. May God give us which will make we give.
We thank Allah. The Imam has been very helpful, as some of us don't have means of feeding.
Thank God, we thank the people who then bring and come. May God start to bless them. May God continue to bless them.
The foundation says the practice will be sustained beyond Ramadan and Eid celebration. Onotu Yakubu, Nta News.
Meanwhile, the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, FCT Zonal Command says it is poised to tackle overloading, driving under influence of alcohol, drugs and other intoxicants, as well as reckless driving during the public holidays. Asabe Williams reports that the Zonal Commander RS7, Shedu Usman Mohammed, disclosed this at a sensitization campaign among bikers community in the nation's capital.
While reminding them that only the living can celebrate, the Zonal Commander Shehu Mohammed advised bikers and other road users not to engage in any activity that could keep them behind bars during and after the holidays, stressing that personnel and logistics will be deployed to ensure safety of lives and property during the public holidays.
We do it to sensitize the general public on the best way to use the road, the expressway, the roads generally. And it helps us a lot, because when we do that, we see change in the culture and attitude of drivers.
To have all the bikers in the FCT that are members of the special marshals to go around the FCT to sensitize the general public, to distribute flyers, and to educate the general public on the need for them to be safety conscious.
Collaborating with the entire bikers across the Federation, because this program you are seeing is going around simultaneously across the Federation.
National President of the Bikers community expressed readiness to remain law-abiding, safety-conscious, and partner relevant authorities in ensuring sanity on the road at all times.
And we try as much as possible to ensure that there are free flow of traffic. Because of our bikes, it's easier for us to quickly navigate in between traffics and get to see where there are traffics ahead of the road. And with that, we can quickly call on the regulars that are coming behind and inform them that, look, this is what is happening at so point. And as a result, makes the rescue operations in some cases faster and easier.
The advocacy is also targeted at enhancing road safety regulation among the motoring public. In Abuja, Asabe Williams, Nta News.
As Nigerians join the rest of the world to commemorating this year's Eid al-Fitr and Workers' Day, essential service workers in the nation's capital have called on government for a speedy implementation of the new minimum wage, saying the progress, growth and wealth of any nation, institution and establishment rests its head on the labor force. Sarafina Okon Umoke brings me live and more insights.
Frama, can you handle this ones? Is the report ready? I am seriously working on it.
Capital FM 92.9, the station that
a drive around the suburbs and city centers. The ambience is the same as essential workers, even to cleaners, are diligently carrying out their assigned responsibilities. The government of Nigeria declared Monday and Tuesday as public holidays, but for essential workers, essential services never goes on break. And here with me are these gentlemen standing by for any emergency, should there be one. And with me here is the head of the operations, Mr. Agbo. How do you feel being here today?
It's our job and our duty to be here, essential workers, and I'm glad to be here to save properties and lots of Nigerians.
In commemorating this year's Eid al-Fitr and an end to the Ramadan fast, which coincides with the Salah celebrations and International Workers' Day.
We woke up at 4 and we're here. It's good. We love our job, and we're calling on the government to, make us happy, make us smile. We have been shouting and calling for there to be a media salary. Media workers are essential workers, and we deserve to be paid well. So
I'm pleading that they should do something about workers' welfare. It's been 3 years since the last minimum wage, that was in 2019. So I think it's time we expect an increment. We work even on holidays, like today is a public holiday, and here I am working instead of staying at home, maybe relaxing or hanging out somewhere, but I'm here to work.
Work is expected to resume on Wednesday. In Abuja, Serafina Okon Omekwe, Nta News.
May Day, also called Workers' Day or International Workers' Day, commemorates the historic struggles and gains made by workers and the labor movement. It is observed in many countries, including Nigeria. The Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, assured Nigerian workers of the administration's commitment to provide better working conditions for them. This was at the celebration of Workers' Day in Abuja. Ifeanyi Ezumba reports.
The May Day celebration focuses on the achievements and contributions of workers. It spreads awareness about the rights and opportunities for every laborer, which they should get for their welfare and betterment. The Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Oshibajo, says the Nigerian worker, in every sense, laid the foundation of the nation's freedom.
So the 1st of May is a day laden with historical significance. And the importance of this occasion is further underscored by the fact that it is the last May Day before our national election. So today, we are all joined together in one spirit to celebrate today, the May Day, the day we remember for the struggle of our heroes past.
President, Nigerian Labour Congress, Waba Ayuba, and others called on the federal government to resolve the problems with ASU.
We are fully mobilized to resist a system of social apathy that keeps the children of the poor at home while the children of the rich and our political elites are in school.
Necessarily, NTA chapter has been at the forefront of fighting, of the struggle for better welfare package.
We want to appeal to the government that since they are the ones that actually control the resources, much of the resources of this country, we will appeal to them to look into the former system where government is the largest employer of labor, so that we can reduce unemployment in this country.
In Abuja, Ifeanyi Ezumba, Nta News.
We'll take a break. More reports will come your way shortly.
News as a commodity is our trade. When it breaks in the FCT and environs, our team of professional reporters will definitely be there. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, using news to connect the grassroots people with the newsmakers and uniting the nation. We serve you the depths of news in politics, economy, education, health, security, infrastructure, even in times of emergencies. Always join our news build at 1 and 7 p.m. daily to be informed of the latest and current happenings. Our on-air personalities are the professionals you desire. on the screen. NTA Channel 5 Abuja News, telling you the real news, verifiable and factual, with no room for fake news.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, moving on. Due to recent reports from some FCT area councils, the Federal Capital Territory Administration says there is every reason to re-strategize to identify problems, strengths and weakness with a view to fortifying the territory. FCT Minister of State Ramatu Tijani Aliyu stated this at the 6th security meeting with Area Council Chairman, FCT Council of Graded Chiefs and other critical stakeholders in the FCT. Ifeanyi Ezumba has the details.
Following recent reports on insecurity in some area councils of the FCT, the Minister of State, Ramatu Tijani Aliyu, says the directive has become imperative in view of pockets of reported kidnap cases and the forthcoming Ramadan festival. She stresses the need to re-strategize and strengthen areas of needs.
We have all adequate committees in place, and we have other subcommittees that are overseeing the affairs of security and intelligence gathering in the Federal Capital. We also talked about the composition of the neighborhood watch, and that is also on top gear. But we are now having a few reports of people invading or eroding our privacies, our peace, especially in the hinterlands or in the satellite towns, where the terrains are difficult. Hopefully the royal fathers will also tell us some other more strategies besides that which we devised in the last time, and also urge them to make useful, adequate use of the platform open. So
the minister used the occasion to reveal that the Federal Capital Territory Administration is doing everything possible in ensuring that jobs are created for the teeming youths and women in rural communities across the 6 area councils. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Ezumba, NTA News.
The 3-day workshop on effective coverage and reportage on countering trafficking in persons organized by the Justice Development and Peace Commission, Catholic Archdiocese of Abuja for media practitioners has ended in Abuja with a call on media practitioners in Nigeria to do more in exposing and fight against this ugly menace in the society. Sefia Noma Uche has details.
Project Coordinator, Justice Development and Peace Commission, Grace Oshofu-Durin, says the workshop was impactful and journalists have undergone intensive training on issues concerning trafficking in Nigeria.
With this in-depth knowledge acquired, I think the journalists are ready to go out and create massive impact in our society by researching and providing productive news messages as well as content to create more awareness on trafficking in persons.
The journalist needs to be equipped with the right information, with the right resources, the right definition, understanding of the concepts and the factors surrounding the problem of human trafficking. And in doing that, is better equipped to be able to probe, investigate, identify the issues and communicate them more effectively to the society.
Participants say the workshop has broadened their knowledge on how to achieve in-depth reports on this societal ill.
From this training alone, I've been able, if there's anything, one of my greatest take-home is, campaigns and advocacy messages that can be crafted to be hypodemic to capture audience attention and all that.
The training has been nothing short of enlightening to me because, for instance, I was able to come to know the difference between irregular migration and human trafficking. Before the training, I didn't know what the differences were.
Some of the show of massive impact on the society through articles, news reportage, adverts, etc., and increase awareness on trafficking in persons. Safia Noma Uchi, NTA News.
And on sports, Nigeria sprinter Favour Ofili shines again after blistering 200 meters run as Barcelona ladies advance to Women's Championship League despite 2-0 loss.
Final despite going down 2-0 to German side Wolfsburg. The Spanish Giants have advanced to the May 21 final with a 5-3 aggregate despite the shock loss. The reigning champions will now hope to face either Paris Saint-Germain or the 7-time winners Lyon in Turin. Elsewhere, Ofili, a 19-year-old Nigerian sprinter, ran a blistering 10.93 seconds in the women's 100 meter on Saturday at the LSU Invitational at the Benimore Track Stadium, Louisiana State University in Baton Rouge, LA to win the event and move to number 8 on the all-time collegiate list. In the EPL, Everton kept hope alive in a struggle to avoid being relegated